Greetings, welcome to practice problem 29 from section 1.5. A local window washing company charges 50 cents per window plus a base fee of $20 per appointment. They can wash a maximum of 200 windows per appointment. Part A says let C represent the cost of an appointment with W representing the number of windows washed. Using correct and formal function notation, write a function that represents the total cost of the function of the windows washed. Well, notice that they gave us two numbers here. They gave us the 50 cents per window, which is the rate, and they also gave us the base fee, which is $20. Okay, so as in you try 22, we can come in here and work this using a table to kind of help us get an idea of how to write the function. So if we wash 0 windows, well, then what do we know? We know that it costs us $20, right? If we wash 1 window, then that's going to be 50 cents times the 1 window plus the $20 to get to my house. So it's going to cost me a total of $20.50. If I have them wash 2 windows for me, then that's going to be 50 cents times the 2 windows plus the base fee of 20, which is going to be equal to $21. Many times this value right here is called the variable cost. This value over here is called the fixed cost, depending on what you read. Okay, so the thing to notice though is what that means is that in general for W is that I'm going to have 50 cents times W plus 20. Okay, so that tells me that our formal function C is C of W is equal to 0.5 times W plus 20. Okay, so we got to go fill out the practical domain based upon the problem here. Well, we can't have any less than 0 windows. We don't have anti-windows. And they told us that they're going to go up to a maximum of 200 windows in one appointment. So that's our practical domain. Well, what about the practical range? So this is part C here. Back here was part A. Well, we're going to need to know what C of 0 is. Well, we've already done that. We know C of 0 is equal to 20. And then I'm going to need to know what C of 200 is. Well, C of 200 is going to be equal to 0.5 times 200 plus 20. So that's half of 200, which is 100, plus 20 is going to give me 120. You can also do that on the calculator if you want to. Okay, so now they tell us go enter this function, our function right here that we've got in part A, into the y equals part of our calculator, and then use the table feature to complete the following table. Okay, so let's go do that. Let's get our calculator out here. So I hit the y equals key, and from the y equals key I'm going to enter in 0.5 times x. Be sure and use x. If you put a w in there, the calculator will not know what to do, plus 20. Okay, now I can go in and I can just, if my table is set in auto, I can scroll till I find 0, scroll till I find 50, scroll, I'm going to be scrolling forever, okay? So let's find a quicker way to get there. So hit second and then the window key, which is second table set. You're going to come down here to independent, and you want to change that to ask. And when you do that, it allows you to put in what values you want to have generated in the table. Okay, so once we fix that, okay, by doing that, you just have to hit an enter over the word ask. Hit second, and then graph, which is your table feature. And here, let me go ahead and get these out of here so that they don't. So I already did it, obviously, but I want to let you guys see me do it so it actually happens here. So there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, don't mind the guy behind the screen. So if I put in a 0 and I hit an enter, I get back 20. Surprise, surprise, right? Because we know that from our previous part of the problem. If I come in here and I type in a 50, and I hit enter, I get back 45. Come in and say I got 150 windows. Boy, these people are great. I'd hire them in a heartbeat. That cost me $95. And then we already did 200, but let's do it again just to make sure we get the same answer. And by Jove, we do. We get back $120, don't we? Okay, use the table to determine the value of C of 50. Circle the appropriate column in the table. Write a sentence explaining the meaning of your answer. Okay, so we've already done that. That's our column in the table. Let's write that as an ordered pair just for grins. So that's 50 by 45. And they want us to say, what does that mean? It means that what? To wash 50 windows costs $45. These people need to raise their prices. Okay, can see how they're making any money here. Use the table feature to determine what the cost of C of W equal to 45. Circle the appropriate column, write a sentence explaining what is meant by your answer. Okay, so now this time what they're saying is you need to go hunt in the table. So we're going to go back and we're going to change our table back to auto. And the reason for it is we want to hunt through and we want to find a C of X equal to 45. Let's come back to the window here for just a minute. Excuse me, C of W equal to 45. C of W equal to 45 means we want to find $45 in our table, and what is the corresponding value of W equal to? I mean, obviously we know it's 50, but just for grins, so just to lead us through it, let me show you what you would do if you didn't know that, okay? So get back out of here, go to the table, and you would scroll watching the Y1 column, okay? You're looking in the Y1 column until you see the glorious number 45 show up in the Y column. And so once that shows up in the Y column, you know the corresponding value of X is going to be equal to 50. I'll let you write the complete sentence for that, okay? Use your function from part A to determine the value of W when C of W is equal to 45. Set up the equation C of W to 45 and solve it for W. Okay, so now they're saying do it one more time, but this time do it using the algebra. So it's kind of redundant. I know that. We've already done it in part E and F, but we're going to do it again in G. But this time we're going to write it down as 45 is equal to 0.5 times W plus 20, which says that, we'll see if we subtract 20 from both sides, it says 25 is equal to 0.5 times W. Come on up over here because I'm running out of space. Take 25, divide that by 0.5, and let's see what we get there. So second quit. So take 25, divide that by 0.5, and oh, look at that, we got back 50. Yeah. Okay, so the reason they're doing this is, I know it seems awfully redundant, but they want to show you 3 different ways of actually getting about to the answer, okay? Alrighty then, hopefully this was helpful, particularly maybe how to use the table and how to set it up and change it around just a bit.